Hi! Oh! Here we go, here we go. Oh! Well, this was a little unexpected for today. We're getting a snow day here.
Yes.
Which means we're not entirely sure if we'll be able to make it home. I think we will. The K-Band's got studless tires on it and stuff, so we should be okay. But yeah, this is apparently going to keep going all day today, and we're a little worried about trains and everything else stopping. So
it'll be fine.
I just hope it keeps snowing so we can do some snow sledding down the hill here.
Yeah, I think all the kids around the park is wanting to do that.
And we could get the K-Van in there and do some windmills. Oh man, this is awesome. Welcome back to the vlog, everybody. We're getting straight into the Bogan 32. This thing has piqued my interest, and I really want to know how it's going to handle any kind of boost. We're still running the stock ECU, the stock airflow meter, but what I want to do is pipe from the turbo here, the charge pipe, into this pipe. And I can't go straight to the throttle body because we need some way of getting the idle air control valve into the charge piping because of the airflow meter and all that kind of stuff. It won't run right and boost will leak out and all that kind of stuff. So I want to be able to try and give this thing a fighting chance. We're still on stock injectors, but I have added a few little things in my spare time. We have a Defi boost gauge and a wideband sensor wired in, and you guys are gonna love this, right? I'm trying to stay true to my Bogan ways. Come in here and have a look at this. Obviously the wiring's a little how you going right now, coming in through both sides of the car. But I think the gauge placement is perfect. I've kind of just got this electrical taped onto the steering wheel here, and then we got the boost gauge just kind of sitting in that electrical tape there as well. But it works, so I think we should be good, and we just kind of got it wired into the cigarette lighter port. So at least we know if she's gonna be running too lean and if she's gonna be making any kind of boost for now. But the main problem is charge piping. So we gotta figure that out. It's gonna have to be some kind of contraption thing involving pipes and maybe like this, and then another one that comes down here to then go into there. But it's gonna be pretty, actually that might work like that. Maybe it's gonna be pretty Ebisu spec, I guess is what I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a missile, and this would probably suit it, but I want a hood on it, so probably not. But this is just temporary, okay? Just, unless it looks really cool. And it is the Bogan 32, so maybe we do need to cut a hole in the hood and just have piping hanging out.
How about, I have an idea. How about it goes up and then you can see it goes Bogan and then goes...
I think I figured out how we're gonna hook up the airflow meter. We're just gonna kind of do this straight onto the front of the turbo. And I just used a bunch of electrical tape to make this silicone coupler big enough. I'll get something more legit sorted out obviously later, but I think for now, this might work fine. Just like that. And cable reaches and everything. So I think we're good. It's just for pure intake, you know, make sure we're getting something kind of right. It clears the distributor, that's the main thing right now. But otherwise, I think we're good. Let's try and figure out the rest of this piping now. Look at this masterpiece, guys. Look at it. I love it. It's actually awesome. This is definitely some Bogan engineering right here, or redneck engineering, but it gets worse because we still don't have a wastegate. But I have some aluminum tape and a few other things to kind of block up the wastegate port. Like, we're not going to be driving this thing on the road or anything until we get a wastegate, but just like being able to stall it up and see how much boost we can make to work out how responsive this setup is going to be, I think this will be okay for us to block the wastegate port. I mean, this is a pretty big rear housing. It's a 1.0 AR rear housing, so I think it's going to be laggy, and as long as, because we have the boost control, the boost gauge and whatnot, we'll be able to obviously take our foot off the accelerator if we need to. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm just trying to justify why I'm doing something dodgy. But I'm going to just put a bunch of aluminum tape over the pipe, hope that holds exhaust gases in for a little bit, and then I'm going to also use this plate with a bolt through one of the holes to kind of clamp it on there. It shouldn't let any exhaust gases out, but if it does, as long as we get some kind of spool, that's the main thing. We've got everything piped up. This thing should idle pretty good. Everything's going through the airflow meter. A little bit worried about my electrical tape spacer, but it should be okay. I don't think it'll get sucked into the turbo. We've got so much sketchy stuff going. I mean, where the wastegate's supposed to be is just a bunch of aluminum tape taped over the flange and a plate holding it on. But it should just start and idle without me needing to touch the throttle. So let's see. Temperature now, she's warmed up. So we're gonna give this a rip, see if she makes any boost. I'm just gonna keep it out of gear first, and then I'll try a gear pull. Wastegate aluminum pipe already came off, so I think we got no wastegate because it's not making any boost. Yeah, we have no wastegate left. We blew a hole straight through it, and there's just aluminum tape everywhere under here. I just jammed a bunch of shop towels in there, so hopefully that holds the wastegate pipe closed for a little bit, so we can just kind of see this is building boost. But it's definitely an exhaust leak for now, and it's only going to get better when we do get a wastegate, so keep that in mind. I still can't get over like how nice this thing runs. I'm gonna do a pull using the brakes. We should be mint. Sounds so responsive, guys. Listen to how much the turbo spools. So good. It's definitely a little rich. All right, we got our AFRs. Let's build some boost. I'm gonna put it into second gear. Hold is on. I'm gonna use left foot breaker bunch to try and stop this thing from building anything. Wow! I'm not doing any more than that. I didn't even look at AFRs, I was just looking at boost. I don't know if we were lean or not. That sounded so good.
Yeah.
This is wild. AFRs aren't bad. This is getting like 0.4, 0.5 bar of boost, which is roughly around like the 10 PSI mark, and it's really good. Like the AFRs are a little lean, but they're not dangerous. They're like 12.2, 12.5. Really, when this thing's coming on boost, I want to see like 11.5 or 11.2, 11.3, just so it's a bit richer. So we'll figure out a way to do that, but it's not bad. And the more boost it gets, like it just sounds so peppy and so responsive now that we jammed that towel into the wastegate port. Like it's so responsive. Don't you think so?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Not in gear whatsoever, in park. Watch this gauge build boost just from revving it. Get it from the front. I bet this thing's Yeah, see on decel it gets too red. Let's see if it shoots some flame. Responsive.
Yeah.
So I've heard a bunch of rumors that the single cam heads flow a lot better than the DET dual cam heads, just because the port sizing and stuff, and the valves, like a big single valve can sometimes flow better than two small valves. But I didn't realize it was this much. Like that says 1.0 AR rear housing, and it builds boost fast, and it's so responsive.
Do you want to run this at FDJ then?
No. But I'm starting to wonder if this is like the next like $200 build.
Yeah.
Like these engines are $200. Like
yeah.
I can literally go and probably buy these for $50 a pop because like they're not naturally
Sam,
aspirated.
Shh.
What?
You're giving ideas to people.
I'm about to go buy all the single jingles. Like this is good.
Hurry, everyone, before Sam gets into this.
And everything just bolts straight on. Like just think about it. Like if we got a link ECU on this thing, and we tuned it and actually figured out what it liked and didn't like, and figured out like a good turbo combination for it.
Makes sense.
I don't think the wiring harness doesn't look like it'd be too difficult to sort out. And I believe these distributors actually have the Nissan optical sensor built into them. See this plug here? I think there's like a disc in there and it has an optical sensor. So we could probably delete the distributor cap and everything and go to a coil pack solution. Honestly, couldn't we just use like an RB20 turbo GTST 32 Skyline harness with a link plug-in ECU, go straight to coil packs? This actually looks identical to the OEM CAS cam angle sensor plug. Maybe just change a few wires and it would probably be mint. Imagine that if it was that easy. I think I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole because this is really piquing my interest. I think I'm gonna throw some money at this. I think I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna see if, I bet you we can make an RB20 GTST 32 wiring harness work on this with a link. I bet you it's not going to be too hard.
Yeah.
I may even already have all the parts here to make this happen. I'm not even joking. This thing just keeps on giving. All right, guys, put down in the comment section. Tell me what you guys want to see me do. But I think I want to invest a bit into this because it's piquing my interest way too much. It sounds way more responsive than my 25 on the 33.4 did.
Yeah, I can confirm that.
This sounds insane, and it's a 1.0 AR rear housing, and I don't understand why. Like, it's so responsive. I don't get it. So I think I want to investigate this a little bit more because who knows, this could literally be the next like $200 drift missile engine. Like, could you imagine this at Ebisu? This would save so much effort. Like,
yeah.
Just this engine alone in a Laurel, because the Laurels are like still cheap. They're like what Chasers used to be like 5 years ago. You can get a Laurel with these for like $4 or $5 grand. spend a little bit of money, maybe like $3 grand on like upgrading the engine to a turbo, like even if it's just a cheap China turbo kit with just like a basic engine management. And if it's actually good, let's say we can make 350 horsepower and it's decent, like that would be the next missile. Even if it just made like 300 flat, that would be perfect. And if it's reliable. This has really piqued my interest for like missile car stuff. Even then, like these engines just they get such a bad rap. I don't know, what do you think, guys? Let me know in the comment section. I think I'm done with this today. I want to keep playing with it. I would love to take it for a drive, but I think, I mean, we'd probably be fine with the dealer plates, but I don't think we're allowed to do this insurance-wise with the dealer plates. So I think we do need a bumper and like a hood. I think those are the rules.
How are you gonna fit that in the hood?
If we take this anywhere, it's going to be on the back of the truck into a track. But that's why I want to do the intercooler and everything. Like I think I'm going to make this kind of a nice missile now. This is ridiculous. I still can't get over how good this is working. Like I said, guys, I'm excited about the Bogan 32 and I hope you are as well. But now what I want to do is actually go head to my friends over at Gaya factory, and they are pretty much the go-to guys here in Japan when it comes to sim rig and like sim racing and practice drifting and all that kind of stuff. And I've kind of been on the fence about sim drifting and all that kind of stuff for a very long time, just because my personal experience has never been really good, and I really struggle with the fact that I learnt in a physical car and jumping in a sim, like I can never really figure it out, and I just suck at it. So I'm hoping we can go there and these guys can kind of show me the way, and they've got a really cool facility, and we only just found out they're not too far away from here. So we're gonna go to their shop and check everything out. I think we're in the right place, guys.
This is really cool.
Gaya Factory Street Junkies.
Yo!
This looks awesome, right? Ooh. This is ridiculous. So this is Toru-san.
Hi.
And this is Momo. And these guys are partners. They run this gig together, but they don't just do this. They're also YouTubers, right?
Yes.
Right? And this, oh, the shoes are sick. Big shoe guy. The Gaya Factory is their YouTube channel, and they've got their 100,000 subscriber plug. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a big deal in Japan. That's very hard to accomplish. A lot of Japanese people generally like are slow to like committing to hitting the subscribe button. It's like a lot more of a effort in Japan to get subs.
I actually knew their name because of the YouTube.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So super cool to be here.
Is this their original character?
Yes.
Oh, she's there too. There she is. That's cool. I love that they have their own character. That's awesome. So Toru's gonna show us the back room.
No entry.
No entry?
Yeah. But we're getting special access.
This is amazing. This is epic.
This is where they film.
Truck simulator.
Truck simulator? What?
American truck. Double shift.
Whoa!
Oh, because it's a truck simulator, yeah. They have like different transmissions and stuff. Wow, that's cool.
Interesting.
I've never seen that before. This is cool. Oh, it's an iPad like Stream Deck kind of thing. Oh, that's cool. What? This is insane. It's blowing my mind right now. And then they've got this guy set up too, the green screen. This is where they make all their videos. This is like your studio, right?
ここで撮影していろいろ
撮影して編集したり、そのゲームの中のモデルとかそういうプログラムをこっちで作る。
What's he use the camera pointing at the keyboard for? When you're building RC cars? You do RC too?
Yes.
This is dangerous, guys. We're gonna get into a bunch of new hobbies with our new friends here.
アメリカの秋車。多分これ USA。
Oh yeah, I've seen these.
Actual.
Actual. Okay, that's very cool. Oh, you got a couple more up there.
本当だ。
Wow, this is an amazing place. I'm excited. Okay. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. That's really cool, especially when working on RC stuff. Yeah. So if any of you guys are interested in that, make sure you go check them out. Gaya Factory YouTube channel. So we're starting on this sim setup, and the main reason why we're not jumping to VR or anything like that is because previously all of my simulator driving attempts have been absolutely terrible. I suck, and I'm pretty much like, I've told him I want to start from the ground up. And he wants me to learn to use my eyes and my eyes only, so that then when we move on to doing things with VR and some other like moving platform stuff and whatnot, that I've kind of got those basics down, because if we don't learn that first, that's kind of the issue. So that's why like I always suck so much, and it feels so wrong to me because I'm going by the feeling and not feeling the car and all that kind of thing. And this is actually a really good benefit, because if you learn to drive with your eyes instead of by feeling, then your reaction time can get a lot faster, because you'll actually know what the car's about to do before it happens and before you feel it. So that's kind of like a really good advantage to sim stuff. So we're gonna jump into it, and hopefully I don't suck too bad, but I think we all know I'm going to.
Don't roll the car.
Don't roll the car. Okay. Okay.
Crash.
I was just letting Todo-san know that like this is probably the best setup sim that I've ever felt. The steering force feedback and all that kind of stuff feels like a car, but the pedals feel so realistic, it's insane. As well as like even just like the shifter and the hydro. They're using what's called a force like meter, and they're able to test and match everything up to the real car. So what they've done is they've set this up to be the same as an S14. They went inside of an S14, they felt how much force it took to move the shifter, they felt how much force it took to move each pedal, and they matched this to feel the same.
Yeah, it's actually Momo-san's S14 that they based it off. He's already getting that to get it feeling the same way.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So they're adjusting it right now. Another thing I'd really like to mention is a lot of pro drivers here in Japan actually come here and do a lot of training with Gaya Factory. So you'll see probably a couple signatures up on the wall of some drivers that you know from Japan D1 GP, as well as like Formula Drift and stuff like that, which is really, really cool.
Isn't this a familiar sound?
It is. Loving the Jay-Z life right now. Losing our red band, guys. Force feedback feels so good.
Yeah.
It's weird though, like, you don't feel the car turning, so it's so hard to know how much angle you have.
Oh, because you're always used to having force this side.
Like I feel
that.
it, you know, like I feel the car swinging, so like it just feels so weird.
Chaser, and Steve needs to fix it. You can come here and still experience.
Yes, you don't have to fix this, Chaser. Ah,
すごいインパクトだ今の。
Yeah, that's alright. Bumpers are for losers, you know the saying.
gonna do a Becky?
I just did one.
So Sam is drifting over this side, but you can actually like watch him do it, which just blows my mind. Cause like for Formula Drift, sometimes you're like put in a circuit and you don't know like which part to look at for spotters and stuff, but this is like you can virtually train your team even and like kind of, you know, bring teamwork into it. This is insane. So this will be the only time you're gonna see Sam street racing. It's full motion. It detects all the weight and everything, and it stabilizes by itself.
You're gonna die! Hey, I'm Rob Dom.
It's insane how much it looks real on the screen. And I bet it feels even more insane with having the VR on.
Yo, man, this is so scary. Oh, we did. All right, here we go. Time to new jump. Let's give it a rip.
You're gonna land on top of the car. So how was it?
That was insane. Like I had an insane adrenaline rush. I think like the main thing is like once I get the hang of this, like this is gonna be so good. Like being able to have VR, being able to practice like grip racing too is gonna be so good. Just because they're all things that I want to get into, and if I get some kind of seat time, it limits the chances of accidents and all that kind of stuff and problems happening. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I got hiccups like that scared me so much when I crashed just then. That was wild. My mindset on sim stuff is entirely different now, and I've only got two people to thank for that, which is Toru and Momo. These guys are amazing. We're gonna probably be doing a lot more stuff with them and hanging out with them here. I really need to get like in on this, and I think it's gonna have, like be such an advantage for me for this year and this season, and just help me really like get to the next level of one, understanding the car, and also understanding all the tracks and what I need to do, which is just the main thing. And confidence and nerves and all that type of stuff. I think this will really help with it as well. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Bogan 32 is doing great. We gotta definitely do some more cool stuff with that. I've already got a link ECU on the way, and we're sorting out a wiring harness, and it does seem like the RB20 harness will work perfectly from the GTS-T. So keep an eye out for that. Content's gonna get really wild with that car. I'm hoping for 350, 400 horsepower out of it. So this is gonna be an interesting journey. We'll figure out what it likes and doesn't like. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Jamata.